Remember, Google Chrome works best for all these programs. We're going to look at what are the basic things you need to know to buy stock. And I have some links here for you. What is the company's main business? Well, before we get that far, we're going to be using Google Finance for all our research. And hopefully, by it's all said and done, I really want you to understand everything that's on this website. And it's an awesome free resource that we're going to be using. And the first thing we see here are the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ. And these are your stock market indexes. They tell you how the stock market is doing as a whole. It's a snapshot, as they say. So by seeing the green, it says green is for the money. So I'm seeing the green today. So as a whole, as right now, the stock market is doing pretty good as a whole. Well, like I said, we're going back to Microsoft today, one of those companies of the whole. What is their main business? Well, anytime you type a company in here, it will pop up if it's available. If it's private, it will not let you have access to it, and you just need to find another company. Adidas is private. There's a lot of private companies that you can't buy. Microsoft is one we can buy. So when we scroll down, we'll see their main source of business is technology and technology-related products. And the reason this is important, you don't want to be getting something that's out of date, out of style, or just picking some random company that you don't know what they do. And if there's something within the description that you can't understand, and you say, well, what the heck is cloud-based offering? If you don't know that, research it, right? Click it and do a little searching for it, because you never want to buy something you haven't researched. Okay. Who is the CEO? And that's the person that's in charge of the major operations. And if you scroll down below the description, you'll see officers. And there's a chief executive officer, a little bio. If you click on it, I kind of tell you their yearly compensation. And oh, lo and behold, it's not bad. $5 million a year, it's almost $6 million in compensation, and they have 12 million of that company's stock. And this is what I want you to record for Microsoft. I'm giving you all the answers. I should be uh, doing something else now, but anyway. So, do they pay a dividend, and if so, how much? Well, the dividend is at the very top here, and we'll be going over these all eventually. It's like earning interest on a savings account. And that's what it means. This is how much they pay you 4 times a year. You may be able to set it up differently, but they'll send you a dividend check. Or you can say, you keep the dividend, and when it accumulates, buy me additional shares of stock. And people do that to avoid paying taxes on it. So, what's the dividend? And, sorry about that. How much is it? So, and that's one thing you want to know. All companies don't give dividends. That's not mandatory. A lot of good companies don't. And a lot of companies give you dividends to try to draw you in. People would like to receive those later on. Another indicator is, are they outperforming the S&P 500? Well, and before I start that, check your graph. You want to change it to about a year graph. The daily graph goes by too fast, and it really doesn't give you a bigger picture of how the stock's doing. And that's how the stock's done within a few hours. That doesn't tell you anything. It may take a stock a year to move. So I'm going to look at a yearly graph, and we can see the upward momentum of Microsoft. So is it outperforming the S&P 500? Now mine doesn't have it here. Normally it does, so yours may not either. Type in S&P, and there it is right there. You ain't got to type it in. There it is, S&P 500. And this is how you compare two stocks. Well, the theory is if it's outperforming the S&P 500, then you got a good company going there. And if you're buying a company that's not outperforming the S&P 500, which is the red line, and you see the color code, Microsoft's the blue. And if your company is not outperforming the S&P 500, Why are you buying them? You might as well just buy the S&P 500. That's what they say. So are they outperforming the S&P 500? Then are they making a profit, and how much? Because, why in the heck you buying a company that's not making a profit? Let me speed this up here now. We're going to click on financials. And this is what accountants do for a living. You become an accountant, you make these type of statements. So are they making a profit? There it is right there. And they are. You want to look at, however, has the profit been increasing from year to year? I don't want, I didn't look at closer a company that's profit has been going down year after year after year. That may be an issue. Let me wrap this up. I don't want my video to close out on me. And then, are their assets greater than their liabilities? Well, assets are what they own of value, and liabilities of what they owe, their debt. That's in balance sheet. In other words, you want to have balanced assets and liabilities. Scroll down, and we're going to look at total assets. This is in millions. That's how much they have of value. And then you want to scroll down and see total liabilities. That's how much total liabilities. And are they less than each other? They are. And that's what you want. You don't want a company that has more debt than assets. And if so, we need to have a good reason for purchasing them. And the last thing here, what is the future growth? And this is one of the most important things Jim Cramer talks about. That's PE ratio. The higher, the better. But you can't compare Microsoft to Nike. And what they say is compare apples to apples. So I need to compare this PE ratio to other computer company ratios, apples to apples. Well, Google does it for you. When you scroll down below the chart, these are all the companies within the same industry. And if I look at this, I can see that their PE ratio is fairly high, but I can see Salesforce is a lot higher, Adobe's is a lot higher, and that's just one indicator. We're going to talk about more. But that's future growth. And then market cap, what is the company's worth? And this is the total value of all the stocks. Microsoft is worth $567 billion. If it's an M, it's millions, and if there's nothing, it's thousands. All right, thank you for listening. Complete that assignment. I have to show you another box, a little submission box you have to hit over here. And in the middle, it says create. And in that little creation box, you can copy and paste that over, and then you can type the answers. I'll have another video hopefully explaining that, showing that.